The film opens with Hutch Mansell sitting in an interrogation room, looking beaten up. He takes out a lighter and tends to his wound as two agents see him. This time he is sitting with a wolf. The two agents speak to him and ask him who he is. Hutch simply says he is nobody. Sometime before this, we see Hutch living his life, but this time, he has returned to his life as an assassin, taking on multiple criminal organizations. Unfortunately, his work has kept him more distant from his wife Becca and their two kids, Brady and Sammy. On a Friday morning, Hutch talks with Becca and asks her about Brady's football game that he missed. Becca tells him that Brady got into an altercation with another kid due to the other team being more physical. The kids later go to school with their friends without even saying goodbye to Hutch. Before heading to work, Becca talks to Hutch and suggests going on a vacation to spend quality family time. Hutch agrees and says he will make plans. But when he mentions that he have one assignment he needs to attend to first, Becca drives off. Hutch acknowledges that his work is keeping him from his family, and it is weighing on him. He later goes on his mission, where he has been assigned to get a data card from a group of people. He gets on an elevator with them, where multiple goons are guarding a man who is holding the data card. Hutch engages in a fight with the goons, where he takes them out one by one. The man holding the data card tries to call for emergency, but Hutch stops him and instead uses the dial phone as a weapon to take out more goons. After a brief fight, Hutch manages to defeat all the men and gets the data card. But when he gets off the elevator, he is being waited for by multiple other men with guns. The men open fire at him, but Hutch quickly takes cover. He throws a gas tank at them, causing it to explode and kill all the men. Hutch then goes down to the parking lot to escape, but he is met by another group of gangs with a machete. Hutch uses his belt and a pipe as a weapon and starts fighting the men. The men try their best to kill him, but Hutch takes them all out. While sitting and taking a break, Hutch sees a sticker ad on the gang's car for a summer town called Plummerville. Hutch later meets with his handler, the barber. Hutch complains that the mission was a bit more big than he was told it would be. He hands on the data card, and after the barber checks it, he tells Hutch that he is $800,000 close to pay his debt of $30 million he owed to the Russians for destroying the Obshak and burning all their money. And because of this, the barber and his organization paid it for him on his behalf. The barber tries to give him his next mission, but Hutch refuses to go on. He tells the barber that he is going to take a break, and the barber allows him. Before he leaves, the barber tells Hutch that this life is in his nature, and no matter how hard he tries to get out, he will be pulled back. Hutch later shows his family an old ad for Plummerville that his dad, David, used to take him and his brother Harry to when they were kids. Since summer break is coming up, Hutch thinks it is a good idea to go on a trip to Plummerville as a family. Becca and Brady want to go somewhere else, but Hutch tells them that throughout his whole life, his father only took him and his brother on one vacation to Plummerville. And that was the day he was the happiest and wants to create the same memories for them. The family then finally agrees to go to Plummerville. Hutch promises to Becca that he will keep his work life out of the picture while he is with his family. The Mansells pick up David from his retirement home so he can join them on the trip. They drive to Plummerville while they sing and have a good time. They get a motel and reserve 3 rooms, but Brady and Sammy don't want to sleep in the same room. David gives his room to Brady since he owns an old lodge nearby and decides to sleep there. After settling the kids into their rooms, Hutch and Becca go to their own room. Becca says that she smells a cigar in the room, but tells Hutch that she is happy because they are all together. Before the two can enjoy their time, Sammy comes into the room and says they should go to the water park. Later on, the family tries to go to the water park together, only to be told that it is closed due to an incident. They are instead given hot dog coupons as a consolation. David goes to his old lodge while Hutch takes his family to the nearby diner for lunch. There, Hutch reminisces spending time with David and his brother Harry when they were kids. But he unfortunately catches the unwanted attention of the local sheriff, Abel, who thought he was staring at him. Abel goes to Hutch and starts to look for trouble, but Hutch calms the situation and returns to his family. The family then goes to the arcade after getting free passes for there too. While there, Hutch tries to talk to Brady, who has had a black eye from what was originally believed to happen during one of his football games, but is implied to be from a fight. Brady wins multiple tickets from the arcade he was playing. Some girls there start to check him out, so Brady gives them some tickets. He then uses some other tickets he won to buy a prize for Sammy. One of the girl's boyfriends, Max, antagonizes Brady for giving his girlfriend the ticket. He orders Brady to apologize, but Brady tells him to fuck off. Max then takes Sammy's prize and rips it in two. Brady responds by decking Max in the face and then twisting his arm around. A staff member breaks up the fight and throws Brady off. Max then tries to throw a baseball at Brady, but Hutch catches it. The staff member blames Brady for starting the fight, and the family are forced to leave. But when Sammy tries to pick up her torn doll, the staff member smacks her in the head, to which Hutch sees him in absolute anger. Hutch initially tries to let it go for Becca's sake, but then says he has left his phone and quickly walks back. He punches the staff member, plus one coworker, and another guy who tried to be a hero. Hutch then beats the shit out of the staff member who smacked Sammy, to which Becca and the kids witness. Hutch and Brady are at the police station, where Abel is ready to grill Hutch. He is brought to meet Wyatt Martin, Max's father, and the owner of the Plummerville theme park. He is angry with Hutch because Brady twisted Max's pitching arm. Hutch says he lost control when the staff member smacked Sammy, to which Wyatt understands. Wyatt tells Abel to let Hutch and his family go. After Hutch and his family leave, Abel tells his men to go after Hutch and get rid of him. Becca gets mad at Hutch for bringing out his other side on their first day, but Hutch assures her he will not do it again. Becca then asks him about his black work bag he brought, leading her to believe that he is on another mission. She checks the bag, but only finds a wine. Hutch says he bought the same kind of wine they had on their first day, since he truly wants them to spend some quality time. The two later drink their wine and talk about the first day they met, where Becca found him covered in blood. She knew he was dangerous, but loved him anyway. The next day, the family plays multiple games, like mirror maze and target shooting. Brady gets impressed by Becca's aim in the target shooting. While having a good time, Hutch notices one of the cops taking a picture of him and his family. David is at his old lodge, enjoying himself. Hutch later takes the family for a duck boat ride, but he notices some of Abel's guys following them. He lets Becca and the kids go off on one boat after telling them he is not feeling well, while he hops on another and lets the four goons follow him. After trying to de-escalate the situation, the goons proceed to attack Hutch. He shows them that he is no ordinary tourist by beating them one by one while still trying to calm the situation down. But unfortunately, one of the men cuts of his pinky figure and it falls inside the water. After getting tossed off the boat, Hutch resurfaces, and this time he beats the crap out of them. He punches and stabs them using different tools from the boat until the lead goon is left. He grabs and punches him multiple times while he tells him that he is on a vacation. Later, Wyatt and Abel are seen involved in an illegal activity where they are trafficking large amounts of drugs and money. Abel sees a bioweapon there, and Wyatt tells him that the weapon will put Lendina on Interpol's top 10. Abel wants to hire more men to guard the place, but Wyatt warns him to not cause any trouble. After Wyatt left, the lead goon contacts Abel while he is being wheeled away to a hospital and missing a few teeth to let him know that Hutch got away from them. Becca and the kids are going on with their vacation without Hutch, and they end up coming across a caged wild wolf dog. Hutch later contacts Harry, who has just returned from his own mission in Japan and has mastered their tradition. Hutch talks to him about Plummerville, and Harry reveals to him that David not only took them there for a vacation, but also because he was on a mission. He explains to Hutch that the cops there are crooked and they are in bed with a big crime syndicate. Hutch then contacts the barber for more information. He informs Hutch that Plummerville has always been a secret haven for drug trafficking and bootlegging. The operation is run by a psychotic woman named Lendina. Lendina is seen in her casino up against an opponent at the poker table. After learning that the man was cheating, she stabs him in the hand as she laughs. She then slashes the throat of another man who tries to calm the situation down, before she kills her opponent by stabbing him in the eye. She then gets the people who were helping him killed by her two female assassins. Lendina orders her henchman Cartouche to kill every last eyewitness. Hutch asks him for any intel on her, and the barber gives him some leads, but warns him not to piss off Lendina and tells him to de-escalate the situation. Wyatt is revealed to work for Lendina since she killed his father and has forced him to pay off his father's debts. Wyatt wants out since he has already finished paying the debt, but Lendina tells him the debt will never be paid. After they hang up, Lendina contacts Abel since he also works for her, double-crossing Wyatt. She orders him to keep Wyatt in line by taking something or someone of value to him. Abel kidnaps Max and holds him hostage. Hutch finds a warehouse where Abel and Lendina's goons are meeting along with a huge pile of cash meant for Lendina. Hutch gets in and douses the cash with gas and holds out a lighter, threatening to burn it unless Abel agrees to back off from him and his family. Abel relents and agrees, but as Hutch is leaving, he notices Max being taken away. He leaves briefly but quickly returns to start annihilating the goons one by one. One guy tries to kill Hutch using a table saw, only for Hutch to push the guy's head down onto the blade. When every last guy except Abel is dead, Hutch frees Max and shoots one of the lights, causing the sparks to ignite the cash and some nearby chemicals. Abel runs away as the building explodes, destroying everything inside, including the bioweapon, while Hutch drives away with Max. Lendina soon learns that all of her assets are gone, and her two female assassins bring her surveillance pictures of Hutch and his family in Plummerville. Abel, who survived but is badly burned, contacts Lendina to have her round up more men to go after Hutch. She officially declares war against the Mansells and proceeds to go after them. Hutch has David take Becca and the kids to the lodge for safety, since the villains will try to get them at the hotel. He also brings Max there for safety, and he and Brady are officially on good terms. Before Hutch goes to finish things, he admits to Becca that he broke his promise, and he suggests that she get away from him for her protection and to have a normal life that she always wanted. Becca refuses to leave since he is a father of her children and her husband, and she tells him to fix the problem. Hutch goes to speak to Wyatt, who is in a drunken rage over Max's disappearance. After trying to attack Hutch, he calms Wyatt down and informs him that Max is safe. Wyatt explains his relationship with Lendina and how he hates her. Wyatt shows Hutch his father's arsenal of weapons that he would have used against Lendina before she killed him. The next day, Wyatt has all the tourists in Plummerville check out. After everyone left, Hutch is met by Harry, who have come to help after he sensed Hutch might be in trouble. Hutch then sees the caged wolf and he frees it. They then proceed to booby-trap the entire theme park as they await Lendina's arrival, with some help from David and Harry. David later talks with Hutch and Harry, where he tells them that he is proud of them since they are a better man than he was. Hutch then sends Harry to the lodge to protect his family. Meanwhile, Becca asks Brady to be in charge while she goes for a walk and takes a nearby tranquilizer rifle with her. Lendina and her goons arrive at the theme park, while her henchman Cartouche brings a few gunmen with him to the lodge to go after the family. Lendina sends Abel to talk to Hutch and Wyatt to surrender, but they refuse to do so. Lendina then has her men execute Abel immediately, saying he's a pain in the ass. The gunmen then start to go after the Hutch and Wyatt. They lead the goons into every possible trap, whether it's mines in the ball pit or swinging grenades. Each thug gets blown up promptly. Hutch then uses a rifle to kill more of Lendina's soldiers. When more show up, he leads them to the mirror maze. The thugs look for him, but Hutch blows them up with a planted bomb. While Hutch is heading to meet Wyatt, one thug hides and starts to wait for him. But the wolf dog returns and warns Hutch by barking. Hutch then uses this chance to kill the goon. He thanks the wolf dog, and the wolf dog goes on and starts killing some of the thugs. More and more goons show up, but Hutch leads them to more traps and kills them one by one. Wyatt also fights off the thugs, but he gets shot in the leg in the process. Another wave of goons tries to go after Hutch, but they are killed by David, who uses an old machine gun to take them out. But one thug fires a grenade at David before Hutch takes him out. Meanwhile, Cartouche is heading to the lodge with his men, but Harry starts to pick them up one by one like a ninja. He then swiftly kills two more goons with a sword. Harry then takes out his kitana, while Cartouche takes out a machete. The two then engage in a duel. While Harry fights Cartouche, one last thug gets inside the lodge. Brady tries to fight off a thug, while Max keeps Sammy hidden. Harry and Cartouche have a brief fight, but Harry uses the advantage of the kitana to slice off Cartouche's head. Inside the lodge, Brady manages to hold the thug in a headlock and knocks him out. Most of the park's henchmen are down, but Hutch, David, and Wyatt have all been incapacitated. Lendina then shows up with her two female assassins. Hutch fights with the assassins, but the assassins uses their weapons to beat him up. David is alive, and he starts to regain consciousness. Lendina prepares to have Hutch executed, but Wyatt shoots one of her henchwomen before she can kill Hutch. That woman's partner goes nuts and tries to kill Wyatt in retaliation, but she is shot too. Lendina throws a knife and stabs Wyatt. She then tries to kill Hutch herself, but Becca shows up with the rifle and shoots Lendina in the chest. Lendina tries to throw another knife at her, but Becca fires another tranquilizer dart, which hits the knife before it hits Lendina and I. A final wave of gunmen show up, but David rises to set off a huge and final round of explosives. Wyatt, Hutch, and Becca dive into a pool as the whole place goes up in flames, with Lendina cracking a small grin before she and her men are incinerated. Harry and the kids see the explosion in the distance, and Sammy worry about her parents' safety, but Harry tells her that it is just another Mansell's vacation. Hutch and Becca kiss inside the water, their love for each other reignited again. Hutch and Becca are later seen being interrogated by the agents, along with the wolf dog. The agents are called by their superior and are forced to let the Mansells go. The family later returns home, where they sit together and watch a slideshow of pictures from the trip together, along with Brady's girlfriend. They include pictures of the family having fun, along with pictures of Wyatt and Max, since they are now all friends. Hutch sits and smiles as he finally gets some peaceful time with his family.